Good evening, everyone. I'm Jovita Moore.
I'm Justin Farmer. We have exclusive new insights into the officer accused of killing a Georgia Tech student, and here's the latest at 6. The attorney for the Georgia Tech officer says that he regrets the situation he was faced with. And we're also seeing 3 people arrested during protests after the shooting. They are in court for the first time. Only one was a Tech student, by the way. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winne begins our live Team 2 coverage on the Tech campus. And Mark, the legal team for the student's family also reacting.
That is correct. Quote, this is a traumatic event. Officer Tyler Beck's attorney, Don English, told us, adding, for any officer, and he went into considerably more detail, and we got reaction, as you said, from the legal team for the student's family.
When students are being shot on college campuses, we all should take a pause.
The perspective of co-counsel for the family of Scout Schultz, known as Scout. The perspective provided by cell phone video. But now add the perspective from the officer's side. Don English, general counsel with the Southern States Police Benevolent Association, confirmed he is representing Georgia Tech police officer Tyler Beck, who fired the shot that killed Georgia Tech student Scout Schultz this weekend. Quote, he very much regrets the situation he was faced with, he and the other officers. Quote, he is very appreciative of the support he has received from the Georgia Tech community, including most of the students.
Some of the students are just upset.
The GBI says Schultz left 3 suicide notes, called 911 to warn of an armed person.
He's got a knife in his hand. I think he might have a gun on his hip.
Then approached Beck with a multi-purpose tool in hand, though the blade was not out when agents arrived. English said, quote, I've not talked to one law enforcement professional who would disagree that the use of force was justified in the situation that confronted these officers.
Officers should not just have a gun. That's lethal force. Georgia Tech should have given them the option to use a taser.
The officer's attorney said, quote, the entire situation could have been avoided had the suspect simply complied with the officer's commands and dropped the object, unquote, he was carrying.
It goes back to training and the tools he needed to see that Scout was having a mental episode.
English said Officer Beck is cooperating fully with the GBI investigation. English says while Beck, who has been a police officer less than 2 years, has not yet taken the state's 40-hour crisis intervention training, he has taken an 8-hour mental health crisis management course while with Georgia Tech, in addition to all courses he is required to take.
Obviously, he needed more training, and the other officers did everything that they were supposed to do.
So there you have 2 perspectives. Attorney Don English has been representing police officers for a long time. He told me that Beck is on paid administrative leave, normal, while an officer-involved shooting is investigated. As for Beck regretting the situation he was faced with, Ms. McKinley said, we appreciate the comment, but we still have to do more for our students on Georgia college campuses. Reporting live on one of those campuses at Georgia Tech, Mark Winne, Channel 2 Action News.